Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to the new video. I'm the Casual Racing Gamer. Today we're not going racing though. Today I'm gonna be checking out your guys' sim rigs. So I asked you guys it's been like a couple months. I know I've been slacking on this video, but it's been a couple months. I asked you guys to send me your sim rigs, so we can take a look at it. We can show the community. I'm not here to judge you guys. I'm not here to judge you. So I'm not gonna be judging your sim rigs. I'm just gonna be showing them off. I think I was interested to see what you guys are racing on. And I feel like the community is going to be interested too. So if you guys haven't sent me one for this video and you guys are new to the channel or maybe you changed your rig up or something like that, I'll definitely do another video on this. So if you want to send me your sim rig, email it to TheCasualRacingGamer@gmail.com. And maybe you'll make the next video and we'll show off your sim rigs. But we're gonna go through what you guys have sent me. If you guys enjoyed the video, definitely thumb it up, subscribe. We do lots of sim racing stuff here for casual racers. We do have a lot of advanced racers that actually are part of the community, and they help us out. So we're all growing here together. But let's take a look at what you guys are actually running on. So first up here, we have this. He goes by the name of PR. So I asked you guys to send me, what name you want me to use in the video or if your YouTube name. So whatever you guys want to put in that email you send me, just let me know what you want me to call you, and I will call you by that name in this video. So he goes by PR. This is his setup here. He's going to be #1 on the video. And what are we running here? So we got VR, right? PSVR2. So we don't need a screen in front. We don't need no TV monitor. We can basically put our sim setup anywhere we want because we do not need to be near a TV. So here he has it in the corner. Once you put your VR headset on, you don't see anything around you anyway. So it doesn't matter how good everything looks around you, because once you put that headset on, you're in a car. That's all you need to know is you're in a car. But let's see what he's racing on here. So he does have a racing seat. So nice, comfortable seat. It looks like he is here with the Thrustmaster TLCM pedals, set. I'm using those same pedals as well. He is using a T300 Thrustmaster with, and I'm kind of curious if you have any overheating issues with your T300. I did use the T300 for about a week. Unfortunately, I did have overheating issues, and I quickly exchanged it. I quickly returned it. But I know a lot of people have updated their fans. They keep the fan on like high for the you can set it to keep running. I did that as well. I just didn't have any luck with it. So there's simple setup here. We just have the wheel, we have the pedals, nice seat. You can see the Gran Turismo sticker down on the bottom here. We also got ourselves a Thrustmaster. We have a shifter here and a brake yeah, I don't use one of these. It's like a brake handle, right? Yeah, there it is, a brake handle. I guess good for like drifting and stuff like that. But not something I've ever used. But that's his setup. Thanks for sending it. Let's see who we have up next here. All right, so next up we have, who is this? This is Bass. I think Bass, B-A-S, Bass, right? Bass Crows. Coming in with a nice looking setup here. Let's see what is he running? He's running a Play Seat Trophy, a Logitech G edition with a Logitech Pro DD wheel and Logitech Pro pedals. PSVR2, so another VR user, has his mic set up there on top for I'm assuming videos for his YouTube channel. And the Play Seat, this Play Seat Trophy seat, it looks really comfortable. Actually, it looks like a really good quality seat. So it looks great actually. So you can have these. So I don't know if you actually keep your sim setup where it is now. It looks like it's blocking the couch. And this is not a foldable seat. So I'm kind of curious, do you move it back and forth when you're using it? Or do you actually leave it exactly where it is and you just keep your setup like this? But of course, using PSVR2, again, you don't need to be in front of the TV. Obviously, the TV is to the right of his seat, not in front. So you wouldn't be able to, to race on a flat screen the way this is set up. But again, PSVR2, not needed. But I definitely love the actual I love the Play Seat setup here. The seat looking really comfortable. I'm sure it's really comfortable. Using the Logitech wheel. So really cool setup, really nice. I'm liking it. I'm definitely digging it. I wish I was able to have a dedicated spot to keep something like this, but I don't. So for me, I'm thinking of possibly going to the Play Seat Challenge, good, nice setup, looking good. Definitely a nice sim rig here. All right, so next we have Jose. He went with the Placey trophy because he wanted the force of the wheel to somehow have some effect on the seat. And wow, does it ever? The seat vibrates, and the energy flows, feel connected. So yeah, so I do agree, because the Logitech has the True Force, which is equivalent, and it's supposed to actually be better on the Logitech. I use a TG-T2, and I also have the we have the TG-T2 has that speaker that does vibrate your seat, vibrate your pedals, vibrate your wheel and everything else. When you switch gears and everything, you can actually feel the feedback of it. It is such a great feature, and I know the Logitech supports it in more than just GT7. Unfortunately for the TG-T2, it only supports it in GT7, not other sim games. But if you're just doing GT7, the TG-T2 with that feature is great. It's great. It's a great wheel overall, the TG-T2, but the Logitech is even supposed to have better feedback like that. So definitely a good choice to go with. Definitely more expensive than most of the other options out there, but it's definitely a great option to go with, and supports PS5 as well as PC gaming. So that's definitely a big thing. He says he can't do VR. So, understandable. A lot of people have problems with VR. So here we have the Placey trophy. Again, a great choice. It looks really sturdy. It definitely looks like a great setup. I love how he has the Hot Wheels behind the setup right there. With me and my son used to do Hot Wheels all the time. We used to build insane tracks, up my coming from down the top of my stairs all the way down around, and set up a whole track downstairs. So Hot Wheels definitely have a place in my heart. So definitely cool. He has his Hot Wheels right behind his setup here. Now he does have his TV on a stand mounted right behind the wheel. So nice distance, really close up there, so you can still feel that immersion with the actual screen. Obviously, the closer you are to the screen, the better you're going to feel. And cool setup. PlayStation behind the TV. So when you're racing, all that stuff isn't seen. It's all behind the TV. And the control is hanging up on the wall there. So nice setup, looking good. Good choice of equipment. Definitely a thumbs up for me for that choice of equipment. If it was coming with money wasn't an option, I'd probably hop on the Logitech as well. I think it's a great choice for a wheel, and offers a really good racing experience for sim racing. So definitely a good choice, dude. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel, dude. All right, so next up we have Clacky78. Now, Clacky78 is like my rival when it comes to GT7. The dude always has to beat my time. I can feel really proud. I see him up on that board of qualifying times. I finally grind I don't even want to tell you how many hours because I'm embarrassed to get ahead of him, and he needs to get back on and beat me. So he's one of my arch rivals. I have two. There's two arch rivals I have that are extreme rivals to me on qualifying times. That they can always beat me in the end, and then I just can't do it anymore. But at one point I will be ahead of them. I feel so proud, and they need to just knock me down. So he's definitely one of them. But anyway, let's take a look at his setup. Also, long-time supporter of the channel, so definitely appreciate it. So let's take a look at what we have going on here. He does have a TG-T2 on this one right here. He is using the same wheel I actually have. This is the open wheel by Thrustmaster, and it's one of their least expensive wheels, and I think the wheel's actually great. I actually love the wheel. I wasn't sure how I was gonna like an open wheel, but being in VR, you don't even know you're on an open wheel anyway. Once you hold it, you really can't tell. And I don't do any kind of drifting or anything, so to me, it wasn't a matter of going with a full round wheel. I don't do any kind of drifting, so I definitely like this wheel. It feels good in the hand. Every button you need for a PlayStation is there. You might not, it doesn't look like there's that many buttons, but you have every single button that you need. Here he is using PSVR2, but he also has it set up in front of the screen. So the thing when you're using PSVR2 and what I'm looking at here is his setup is, he does have that digital, he does have the digital piece that you can add on to the wheel. And if you're using VR and I mentioned this in some of my past videos, any kind of digital display, any kind of LCD displays on a wheel is not needed if you're going to use VR. You're not going to see any of that. So, you know, he obviously probably uses it, goes maybe VR, not VR, maybe he had it before he had VR. But if you're going to be a strict VR user, obviously any kind of digital add-on, any kind of LCD screen, any kind of extra screen, if you're going to be in VR is obviously not going to be helpful to you because you're not going to see it. It's a nice setup here. He does have the shifter. I cannot drive a manual clutch. I can't do it. I've never done it in my life before. And for you guys that do it, you know, it definitely adds more of a true experience, a true immersion. Although for some reason in GT7, if you're running daily races, they don't allow it. I don't know why they don't allow manual clutch and stuff like that. But for some reason they don't. If you do iRacing, then yes, you can use it in online races. But nice setup, has the handbrake here. And I actually think you were the first one to mention the TGT2, like way back in the past. You mentioned something about it, and I really didn't even know what the TGT2 was. And then started looking into it, started researching it. And when it came time for me to actually go purchase a new wheel, I was upgrading from the T150. Yes, I started with the lowest budget Thrustmaster T150. And till this day, at like $200, I will still recommend it to anyone who is on a budget of $200. It is definitely a great, awesome budget wheel at $200. It comes with pedals too. So obviously using PSVR2, and I know you also mentioned that you're not as fast. You said in PSVR2, you've been saying that you're still quicker on this flat screen. I'm curious if that changed yet. If you're quickest now in VR. So here is the whole, like, this is nice, dude. You built this whole thing by yourself. That's sweet, man. That's nice. Got everything in here. You got a bar. There you can see his projector screen on the wall there. He's got the projector up on the ceiling. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, nice job. I love the coloring too, with the orange. Really like makes it pop. So big fan of the coloring of the actual popping of the orange color. Good choice of color there. So here you can actually see the bar area, and I know this isn't even about sim racing anymore, but I like sharing this stuff. I feel like we're a community here of sim races. We're all just hanging out here. So it's not just about, you know, racing itself. I love the feeling of everyone just getting along, hanging out here. Kind of like we're just like a big family, right? So it's very cool. So it's cool that we get to share this stuff with each other. I'm glad that I have the opportunity to share people's stuff with other people of the community because, you know, we all talk to each other. A lot of you guys leave comments. You answer other people's comments. You talk to each other. So it's good to actually get to know, like, you know, who's out there, who we talking to. So very cool. So here you can see like his bar setup has a TV, a flat screen up on the bar here. And again, you see the orange pillows, the orange coloring. It's just really cool. It's really nice. Way to go, man. Way to go. Everything looks really cool there. Great little setup you got there. Very cool. All right, who do we got up next here? We have he goes by the name of Zoso, Zoso. He does have a YouTube channel, Zoso Sound. He does like heavy metal and stuff like that, which is really cool. And you can see his guitar set up there, and I love the lighting that you have going on here. Looks really good. All the different background lighting makes your sim setup look really nice. He is using a play seat challenge. He said he started out with a G923 strapped to his desk, and then he kind of said that he got a play seat challenge cockpit later on, and a few months later he got PSVR2. And now he has it set up on its own like that. So definitely looking cool. Obviously PSVR2, you can move it wherever you want. You don't need to be strapped in front of your monitor. So setup looks good. Let me know what you think of the Play Seat Challenge. Like I said, it's probably going to be a purchase of mine. Probably sooner than later. So, but I've been holding off. But you know, I'm really hoping that I'm probably going to pick it up. I keep pushing off on it. But I definitely think you obviously have it set up. You probably don't need to fold it up. I think the thing is how long it's going to actually take to fold up, put away. If it's not going to take long at all, if it's like another minute or two, that's fine. But if it's going to take me like 5-10 minutes every time, I don't know if I want to spend that extra time setting up, folding it up. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. I don't know. But I do dig the setup. I do dig the lighting. I love the vibe that's going on here. And thanks for sending over your picture. And happy racing, dude. Happy racing. So here is Quali Flunker's setup. He is running, let's see what he's running here. So setup starting to come along. PSVR2 with the Logitech G Pro wheel and pedals. He has a projector for the spectators. His son is used to use my profile now racing on his own. So I actually see his son on our board as well. So he's yeah, it's pretty cool that he races. I wish I can get my son to race. My son has like no interest in sim racing at all. I've tried to get him into it. He's done a little bit here and there. We used to kind of do like NASCAR heat and stuff like that together, and we used to race a lot each other. But he just doesn't want to get into the real sim racing stuff. I don't know why. I try. Maybe one day. He has all the equipment to hop onto it and do it. You think he'd want to, right? VR and everything, but no, he doesn't. He doesn't. I don't know why. He's busy doing other stuff. But so next upgrade he's saying is his rig. Looking at the Track Racer TR8 Pro. Love the tube, the chassis. So this is his setup. Room looks nice. Looks like he has a nice little fridge in the corner there. Nice picture up here on the wall. Very, very cool. Very cool. So, running his setup. So I don't know. Do you leave your setup here or do you move it out of the way when you're done? Where do you actually park that thing when you're done? I do like how you give your spectators a nice big screen to watch, and they have some nice comfortable seating in the back, it looks like, as well. Get to look at another angle from the back here. I like the seat. Forza Motorsport seat. Looking nice. Everything's looking good here. Yeah, nice job. I know you did send me a picture with your son in there, but I didn't put it in the video. I want to respect privacy of kids. I know you sent it to me, but I wasn't sure if you wanted me to actually put it in the video. Give you a little close up of the wheel here and his pedals set. Also using a shifter as well. So a lot of you guys have the shifter there. So yeah, I guess a lot of you guys curious, you guys that do have the shifters, do you actually drive manual cars, or have you driven manual cars? Did you start learning manual when you're younger? Do you still use one? I'm kind of curious. I've just never driven one in my life, so I have no idea how to drive one. But I wish I did. I could probably learn how to do it in sim racing, but probably going to take a lot of time. So I don't know. I just haven't. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that anyway. That would just cause another thing to worry about and make racing harder than it already is. So thanks for sending the picture, guys. All right. So next up, we have my other arch rival, my arch nemesis, my frenemy, I know I'm not going to say this right. Cristobal. I sorry, dude. I don't know how to say it. He's from Spain, and he's my other arch nemesis. The dude always has to beat me. Him and Clacky. I think you guys should actually battle each other, because you two are fast, and you guys like to challenge. You guys like competition. I think you guys need to be looking at who's beating who, and I think you guys should become each other's arch nemesis, frenemies as well. But now I'm even more embarrassed because you're beating me on like this desk setup here. Okay, he has just set up to his desk, and it's funny that you actually have this set up to your desk and everything, because when we were during lockdown, they had NASCAR was racing in iRacing, doing like real races in iRacing. I don't know if a lot of you guys probably don't follow NASCAR or oval racing, but there was the pro drivers actually doing iRacing instead of racing at real tracks because everyone had to stay home. They were actually racing in iRacing, all the real drivers. And one of the guys who actually won was racing with the setup. You had some guys like Denny Hamlin using like a $20 to $30,000 like sim rig setup, like motion and everything. And then you had, I can't think of his name even, so it's like on the tip of my tongue, racing at his desk, like a setup just like this. I think he was using a G29 even, and he actually won the race. So you can still race amazing with the most basic setup. And obviously you beat me all the time. So here's a basic setup, desk setup on a little monitor. Let me see. He's using a G923, which he says is working fine. And we obviously know it's working fine because I know you're fast, dude. You're always laying down some really good times. And yeah, simple, anything. When it comes to sim racing, it's really about talent, not necessarily about the equipment that you're using. You're just getting used to the equipment that you're using. You can have advantages of using better equipment, but if you get used to using something less expensive, you can be just as good. But you can see he has PSVR2 as well. So this is his simple setup, that desk, regular desk chair, and dude's nailing it. So yeah, way to go, my other arch nemesis out there. Keep grinding, and one day I will be beating you in time. I will be beating you in time one day. Probably the week you take off. I'll have a better time than you. But thanks for sending, dude. All right, next up, we have Shadow Step running a G29 with the shifter. Clutch and throttle springs have been swapped. A Victorage Gaming Chair PSVR2. He does say he runs the telemetry data information from the third-party app on his mobile phone. But I'm thinking if you're in PSVR2, you're not really able to use that stuff. So let me know how that works. But nice setup here. I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at here. So here's the seat, right? Here's his pedals. Here's his wheel and everything. But the car, I'm trying to figure out the. Oh, it's in the there's a TV screen. I was like, what? It looks like it was like 3-dimensional, like coming out. It looked like a car model or something. But it actually, here's the TV screen. There's the car. It kind of got me when the picture was smaller. It looks like you actually have a car like going through like the wall or something. It was really cool. It's giving a cool effect. You do have a fan down here, so smart move with a fan. PSVR2, I always said it. It really makes you hot. If you're racing a long time in it, or if you start stressing out something in a race or something, you really start like getting hot and sweaty. So having a fan there is definitely a good thing and very helpful. I'm curious, do you ever actually race on the flat screen once you got PSVR2 or strictly PSVR2? Let me know. Thanks for sending the picture. All right, next up, we got you guys sent me a lot of pictures here. You guys sent me a lot of you guys sent me a sim rig setup. So here we have Oda Q. Oda Q. I hope I'm saying that right. Oda Q. Some pictures of his setup. He uses a T300 with an SF1000 wheel, TLCM pedals. Thank you for putting TLCM pedals in it. Now TLCM. I think that's what I was saying before. Maybe I was saying it wrong. I don't know. TLCM. Yes, that's the correct one. When I see it on paper, I know it's right. Play Seat Challenge, connected to a PC with a 4080 and a Quest 2 VR headset. Switch between PS2 or PS5 or PC via a button under the table and control all lights via a Steam Deck. Can even move the TV near to the wheel or away from the wheel. So, yeah, looking good here. The wheel, obviously, if you're in VR, not all the information you're getting on this wheel that goes into the LCD screen. It's such a nice wheel. It's such a cool looking wheel. Putting on VR, you just lose that reasoning for that LCD screen. And it's kind of unfortunate because I think there's such cool information that you can get from, being stuff that's on the wheel that you just lose it with VR. Unfortunately, I think that's kind of a negative with VR is that you don't see these things that can be helpful to you. But it's a trade-off. The gloves, those are the same gloves I wear. So, yeah, they've been helping my gloves. I do like wearing gloves now. I thought it was really funny when you guys forced me to buy gloves. When I got a new wheel, and I really would have never thought about buying gloves in a million years. But now that I use gloves, I can't race without them. Like they just feel like it fills my hands. With the wheel fills my hands better with the gloves, and it now feels really weird not using the gloves anymore. If I take them off, like I can't race with no gloves. It's so weird. But again, another Play Seat Challenge. It's a very popular seat, Play Seat Challenge. I know a lot of people are using it. Maybe I'll be one of those people as well. Thanks for sending the picture along. And you can just see another angle of how he has it set up here with the ambient lighting behind the TV there. Set up. Very cool looking. You can see he's got one of my videos on his screen. Thank you. Yeah, cool setup. Nice setup here going on here. Very cool. We're finally coming to a close. Last but not least, Racer 51. We have a nice looking setup going on here. I love all the wheels, man. You are hooking it up here. You definitely don't lack on equipment. I'm curious how many of these actual wheels you actually use. If you have to swap them all, or you just like them set up on your wall to look at. But it looks like you have the Ferrari wheel hooked up. It looks like to a TGT2, running the TLCM pedals. And yeah, you got a lot of wheels. Curious if you do drifting as well and stuff like that with all these different wheels you have. But, is that a T300 down to the right here? Using a T300 over here as well. Used to use a T300. Do you still use the T300? Is that a T300? I don't see VR, so I guess you're not racing in VR, unless you just don't have the headset in here. But just racing on the flat screen. Let me know. Let me know if you tried VR. If not, if you don't use VR, if you've tried it, or if you're thinking of maybe going to VR. or why you wouldn't. Kind of curious, but nice setup. Does have the fan down there on the floor. Yeah, let me know what's your favorite wheel out of all your wheels you have set up here. Man, you guys sent me a lot. A lot of you guys sent me. And I feel like this channel's grown a lot since the last time I asked you guys to send me these pictures. So if there's some new guys out there that want me to send me their pictures of their setups, we can share it with the community. I think everyone finds it, you know, cool and interesting to see what people are racing on. It doesn't have to be elaborate. Like you saw some, you know, some more expensive setups here. You also saw some basic setups, and you know, I fall under the total basic setup myself. So, you know, anything you're running on, even if you're using like a controller, you know, if you set up a controller and you have like, this is how I play with my controller, I'm cool with that too. Just say I race on controller. I sit this far from my TV, and you know, just to see the distance, how far you actually guys race. If you're using a controller, obviously, if you're using a wheel, you want to be as close to your monitor because you want to feel like you're immersed. But if you're just using a controller on a flat screen, I'm curious how close you guys sit, how far you guys sit. Do you like sit far back, like 15 feet back on a couch, playing on a big screen, or do you guys really want to move up close and feel like you're immersed in there as well? So anyway, guys, thanks again for everyone that sent me these pictures. Thumb up the video if you enjoyed it. Click the subscribe button. Really appreciate all you guys who are joining the community. And we'll catch you on the next one. We out of here. Peace.